Hi guys, it's Jo here. I am now 37 weeks and 5 days pregnant, which means I am now full term. Woo! So exciting to know that I've only got about 16 days till baby's here. So, yay! Getting pretty excited now. I said to you guys last week that I was going to go to a breastfeeding class, and I've got a couple of notes here of what we discussed at the breastfeeding class. Obviously, I can't tell you everything that we discussed because they'll take up to about 2 hours, like the class did. So I've just did a few point notes of what I can remember and what I found interesting. Don't take this for gospel, because obviously this is just one person's opinion, so yeah, if you want to do more research on the internet and things like that, it's probably a good idea. Anyways, some of the stuff that we did discuss was, number one, breastfeeding takes time and persistence, so not everyone gets it straight away. You gotta keep trying and trying and trying, basically, and try not to give up, because yeah, it's as hard as it is. It's just, if you really want to breastfeed, it's a matter of keep persistent at it. Number two, it could take about 3 or more days before you have a good kind of milk flow, I think. I don't know if that's the right word to say, but yeah, before you probably see like actual milk come out. Before you get the actual milk, you'll notice that you'll have what they call colostrum. I think I'm saying that right. That's basically, I think it's yellowish. I think it's a different kind of colour to the milk. I think it's a yellowish sort of a gooey sort of a thing, which is probably the most important thing for the baby to have. It has the most nutrition and all that, so yeah, you'll see that before the milk comes. And I think the milk is not actually like bottled milk, it's more of a watery kind of a looking thing, white watery kind of stuff. The more you try to breastfeed, or the more bubs goes on the boobies, the more you sort of stimulate the milk, like bring it out. So again, persistence. Number 5, if you stop breastfeeding, your milk will stop as well. So once you go on the formula or whatever, the milk, I think, hardens up and you no longer have any milk. So yeah, that just stops. Number 6, you know if your baby is feeding by its stools or its poo. So if you see that the baby's doing regular poos and stuff like that, obviously it's feeding well. I think the first poo that it does is like a darkish colour, and as it continues on, it kind of changes colour, and yeah, that sort of stuff. Number 7, crying. Your baby crying doesn't necessarily mean that the baby's hungry. So if you've just finished breastfeeding and the baby starts to cry and you think, oh well, the baby's been here for like ages and how can it still be hungry? I think that's a big reason why people go onto formula, because they don't think that the baby's had enough milk, but it actually can mean that the baby's crying for other reasons. It could be an upset stomach, or could just want to be held close and all that stuff. So it doesn't actually, crying doesn't necessarily mean your baby is still hungry. And I think she also said that the baby will drink as much as it needs as well. So yeah. Okay. Breastfeeding shouldn't actually hurt. So if you got the baby on and it's hurting your nipples, then most likely you're not breastfeeding correctly. So you kind of have to take the baby off by, I think she said something like put your finger in the baby's mouth so that it doesn't get upset, and move the baby and put it in the right position. So yeah, even if you think the baby is drinking, if it's hurting, you're not doing it right. Number 9, I think you feed the baby every 2 to 3 hours, 8 to 12 times a day. And like I said, I haven't actually breastfed before. And this is going to be my first child, so don't take everything I say to gospel. If you're interested more in it, Google. But yeah, this is just a few things that she mentioned. And she also told me to practice on a doll, so I've got I got Bosley the Myers 09 Christmas bear with me, given to me by Dave's auntie to practice with. Probably a bit bigger than a average sized baby, but yeah. Basically she said to hold, I think I might need another bear, but we'll try with Bosley. Basically she said to hold the baby correctly, you've got to kind of have your hands just under the head, kind of on the neck, sort of, rather than like that on the head, and rather than that kind of position, you can do it with sort of one hand, I think. I hope I'm doing this right. Anyways, yeah, you have your hand there and kind of, you know, that kind of thing. Otherwise, if your nipples kind of go sideways, which some do, you can also breastfeed the baby like that. Thanks, Bosley. But yeah, once again, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there, so yeah, it doesn't hurt to look it up. I've got my little notes. Also, other little facts is, whilst you're in labour, she also recommended for mum not to wear any perfume or deodorant during labour, because once the baby's born, if you're planning on breastfeeding, usually they give you the baby, well, at my hospital they give you the baby straight away to breastfeed, depending on the circumstances. And the baby can sort of like smell the breast milk, so it's best not to wear perfume and stuff like that, and to try to sort of let the baby kind of find the nipple on its own. So yeah. Also, another thing I thought I should mention is a lot of people think that after breastfeeding you get saggy boobs, and she said that that's not true. Just women who age in general get saggy boobs. It's got nothing to do with breastfeeding, so for all you people out there that think, oh, you get saggy boobs after breastfeeding, it's not true. You just get them, you get them with age, so unfortunately it just happens. Gravity. And another interesting fact, if you're like me and haven't had anything to drink in a while, no alcohol, and you can't wait to have a drink, you can drink alcohol after breastfeeding, so yeah, it's best after you actually breastfeed the baby. So yeah, if you want to have a drink, after breastfeeding. I think I'm running out of time, so I'll quickly do this. I also got my results for the Group B Strep, which is GBS, and I was positive for that. Like I said to you last week, it's pretty much nothing to worry. It's harmless. It's harmless in any healthy adult, but can cause infection in a newborn if not treated. And antibiotics is given to you just as soon as you get into labour or your water breaks. So I'll be taking that. So like I said, it shouldn't be nothing to worry about. But if you're more interested in it, Google again. Today I had, how many minutes have I got? 1. Oh, today I had my appointment and my blood pressure was around 120. Bubs was in position. Heart rate was 142 to 150 beats per minute. Next week I'll do the monitor, and I have no longer than 10, after my due date, I don't have to wait longer than 10 days to get induced, which will be around the 3rd of January. So anyways, I think I talked pretty quickly there. Here's my belly. Okay, how many minutes? Seconds. Don't forget to subscribe and rate and follow me on Twitter, which is on the sidebar. Thanks. Bye.